Hi everybody, welcome to the Wednesday math instructional video. The standard that we're going to work on today is recognize a line of symmetry for a two-dimensional figure as a line across the figure such that the figure can be folded along the line into matching parts. Identify line symmetric figures and draw lines of symmetry. The vocabulary is polygon, quadrilateral, parallelogram, rhombus, square, rectangle, trapezoid, attributes, parallel and perpendicular lines, acute angles, right angles, and obtuse angles. Here is the daily question for today. Okay, let me move this so you can see. So the first one, and what I did was I went ahead and wrote all this down in my notebook. So you really should copy this information into your notebook. It's really going to help you going forward, remember, because this is a lot of information to remember. So quadrilaterals can be classified by their angles or the line segments that make their sides. So now we're going to go ahead and look at each one. So the first one is a parallelogram. Remember, parallel lines run side by side and they never touch. So a parallelogram has two pairs of parallel sides. So if I kept drawing the lines this way and the line this way, they would never touch. Same thing if the pairs, if I drew it this way and this way, they would never touch. So think, the top and the bottom are parallel and the left and the right are parallel. A rectangle has four right angles. It is also a parallelogram, because again, the top and the bottom never intersect and the left and the right never intersect. The next one is a square. A square has four right angles and all sides are the same length. It is a parallelogram, a rectangle, and a rhombus. A rhombus is a quadrilateral that has opposite sides that are parallel. What's a quadrilateral? A quadrilateral is a polygon with four sides. So any shape that has four sides is a quadrilateral. Okay, so a rhombus is a quadrilateral that has opposite sides that are parallel and all of its sides are the same length. It is also a parallelogram. And then finally, a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with only one pair of parallel sides. So for a trapezoid, the top and the bottom line are the parallel lines. If you kept drawing the lines here, the top line and the bottom line would never intersect. But if I drew kept going with the left line and I kept going with the right line, eventually they would cross. And so that's why there's only one set of parallel sides on a trapezoid. Okay, so now it's time to practice. So we're actually going to categorize these shapes. Then some of them are more than one, they have more than one name. So the first one is it's a quadrilateral. We can always start with that. Let me see if I can type this in here. Okay, so the first one is a quadrilateral because it has four sides. I also notice that the opposite sides are parallel, so we know it's a I gotta look at my spelling. It's a parallelogram, and then that's it for number 8. So it's a quadrilateral and it's a parallelogram. Let's look at number 9. Let me move the text over here. Okay, number 9. So we're gonna start. How many sides does it have? 4 sides. So we know it's a quadrilateral. It does have it has opposite parallel sides, so it is a parallelogram. I'm trying to add all kinds of letters in here. I don't even think I'm spelling this correctly. Parallelogram. And it's a rhombus. And it's a rhombus because it's a quadrilateral that has opposite sides that are parallel and all sides are the same length. So these are all the same. So it is a rhombus. Okay, number 10. Number 10 has a lot. There's a lot going on with number 10. So we're going to start with the easiest one. Number 10, we know it's a quadrilateral. Is it a parallelogram? Yes, because the opposite sides are parallel. Is it a rhombus? It is a rhombus because all the sides are the same. And what was the other thing? And the opposite sides are parallel. So we know it's a rhombus. And then we know it's a square because it has 4 sides that are all the same length. And it is a rectangle because it has 4 right angles. So it is a rectangle. Number 10's got a lot going on. Let's see if I can squish it down. Okay, obviously that's not going to happen. Okay, let's look at number 11. Number 11, we're going to start with the easy one. It has 4 sides, so it's a quadrilateral. And it's also, we see the top and the bottom are parallel and the left and the right are parallel. So we know it's a parallelogram. And we know it's a rectangle because it has 4 right angles. So it's a rectangle. Easy breezy. So just remember, you got to be thinking about all the different, one shape can have several different names or fit into several different categories. Sorry. Okay, let's look at number 16. So the questions on the quiz are going to be very similar to this. So number 16 says, select, let me turn my pen on. No, hold on. Pin. Okay. Select all the possible names for the shape below. So it has 4 sides, so we know it's automatically going to be a quadrilateral. So we're going to check, yes, it's a quadrilateral. Okay, for it to be a rhombus, all the sides would have to be, it says quad has opposite sides that are parallel and all sides are the same length. These are not the same length, so we know it's not a rhombus. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with only 1 pair of parallel sides. So remember, if I kept going with these lines, they would eventually cross. So that's not, this would not be a, no, I'm sorry. It'll only have 1 side that are parallel, the top and the bottom. So this would be a trapezoid. A parallelogram. So for it to be a parallelogram, it would have 2 pairs of parallel sides. And this does not, it only has 1 pair. And then the last one is a rectangle. Well, a rectangle has 4 right angles. So this does not have, it doesn't have any right angles. So we know it's not a rectangle. The answer is quadrilateral and trapezoid. All right, the next one. Which shape has only 1 pair of parallel sides? Well, we just kind of answered that. So a rhombus has all sides that are the same length and opposite sides that are parallel. A square, they're all the same, so that it has 2 sets of parallel sides. So we know it's not a square. C, a right trapezoid. So a right trapezoid has, oh, I know why, I'm sorry. A rhombus is, it wouldn't be a rhombus because a rhombus has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So it's not going to be a rhombus. That makes sense. A right trapezoid, remember this, the top line here, it's a sad looking line, and the bottom line here, if I kept going with these, they would go on and on forever and ever, and they would never touch. But if I did the left side and the right side, see, they would eventually cross. And so that only has 1 pair of parallel sides. So C is probably the answer, but let's just look at the next one. Parallelogram. A parallelogram has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So it would not be D. So the answer would be C. Getting better with the pen. Excited about that. Okay. Here, now we're at our daily question. So go ahead in your journal, pause this video, write this down in your journal. So you're going to sort these shapes. So there's equilateral triangle, parallelogram, square, and right trapezoid. So you're going to make this chart in your journal. You're going to write shapes with at least one acute angle, shapes with at least one pair of perpendicular sides, shapes with at least one pair of parallel sides. And then you're going to write which one you think it goes in. So for example, a parallelogram has at least one pair of parallel sides. So you're going to write that in this box. Okay, I want you to do it with all 4 shapes. That's it. For Wednesday, let me turn it back. For Wednesday, there is no lesson on Envisions. It's only Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday this week. So make sure that you have finished everything on the checklist for this week. And remember, the test is on Schoology. So once you're done with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you've done all the practice on Envisions, you've done the weekly assignment, which is on Envisions, then you're going to do that assessment. Remember, that assessment is for a grade. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye-bye.